चैप्टर 8 सेल थियरी। तो सेल थियरी के बारे में हम देखते हैं। सेल थियरी इन 1838 Methodist Children, a German botanist, examined a large number of plants, observed that all plants are composed of different kinds of cells from the tissue of each plant। एक मैंने राइट मार्क किया है, ये डेट याद कर लीजिए। Assumer 1839 in British zoology studied different types of animal and reported that cell had a thin outer layer which is today known as the plasma membrane। जैसे कि आप देखा, और अब हम इसमें कुछ ओवरव्यू है तो देखना नहीं है। तो हम देखते हैं प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल क्या होते हैं। द प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल are represented by bacteria, blue green algae. They are generally smaller and multiply more rapidly than eukaryotic cell. They are very large in shape, and the four basic shapes of bacteria are bacillus, lycogus, perillum, vibro, shaped, and spirillum spiral. Prokaryotic cells have a cell wall surrounding the cell membrane except in microplasm. The fluid matrix filling the cell is the cytoplasm. There is no well-defined nucleus. These are smaller DNA are called plasmids. They are the essential enfolding of cell membrane। देखते हैं cell envelope and its modification। Gram which these may take up the gram stain are gram positive, and other that do not are called gram negative bacteria। Glycocalyx differ in composition and thickness among different bacteria. It could be a loose sheath called the slime layer. Cell wall determine the shape of the cell and provide a strong structural support, prevent the bacterium from the bursting of collapsing. The plasma membrane is semi-permeable in nature and interact with the outside world. These extensions are form of vessel, tubulus, and elements. They help in the cell wall formation of DNA replication and distribution to daughter cell. They also help in respiration excretion process to increase the surface the plasma membrane enzyme content. The bacteria flagellum is the composed three-part filament, hook, and basal bodies. They are known to help attach the bacteria to rocks in stream and also to host tissue. Ribosome and inclusion bodies. Eukaryotic cell. Ribosomes are associated with the plasma membrane of the cell. Ribosome may attach to the single RNA and form a chain called the polyribosome and or polysome. Eukaryotic cells are stored in the cytoplasm in the form of inclusion body. These are not found in any membrane system and live free in the cytoplasm. Eukaryotic cell. The eukaryotic cell include all the protista, plant, animal, and fungi. Eukaryotic cell possesses an organized nucleus with a nuclear envelope. Plant and animal cells are former possess plastids and large central vacuole with the absent animal. On the other hand, animal cells have centrioles. Lipid enables the lateral movement protein within over bilate. This ability to move within the membrane is measured its fluidity. One of the most important features of the plasma membrane is the transport of the nucleus across it. Many molecules can move briefly across the membrane without any requirement of energy, and this is called the passive transport. Water by diffusion is called osmosis. From lower, the higher concentrations such as the transport and energy dependent process in which ATP is utilized is called active transport. Cell wall not only give the shape to the cell, protect the cell mechanical damage infection. It helps cell to cell interaction and provide barrier or undesirable macromolecules. Algae have cell wall made up of cellulose, manner and manners and minerals. Calcium carbonate, while other its cellulose may be protein. The cell wall of a young plant cell, the primary wall. It is capable of which gradually diminishes as the feast mature of the secondary wall is formed and the linear toward the membrane inside of the cell. The middle lamella is the layer mainly calcium speculum which holds the glues, the different neighboring cell together. Endomembrane system. ER ectoplasmic reticulum. Electron microscopic study eukaryotic cell reveal the presence of the network reticulum, the tubular structure endoplasmic ER. ER divide the intracellular space in two distinct compartments. Golgi apparatus, adensile reticulum, Prasad. These were the water Golgi after him. Mitochondrion. Unless specific strains are not easily visible under the microscope, the number of the mitochondria per cell is variable depending on the physical. Typically, this is a sausage-shaped or cylindrical, having a diameter average 0.5 mm and length 1.0241 mm. Mitochondria is a double membrane-bounded structure. The other compartment and the inner compartment is called the matrix. The outer membrane form plastids are found in all the plant cell in euglenoids. These are easily observed under the microscope. They bear some specific pigment, thus imparting specific colors to the plant. Plastid can be classified into chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucocytes. Majority of the chloroplast of the green plant and found in the mesophyll cell of the leaves. These are the lens-shaped, ovule, spiral, dicot, or even ribbon-like organelles having variable length 0.5 mm and width 2 to 4 mm. Their ribosomes are the granular structure first observed under the electron microscope are particle by George Plate. They are the composed RNA protein surrounded the eukaryotic ribosome are the active while the prokaryotic are the cytoscan. The elaborate of the filamentous protein structure present in the cytoplasm is collectively referred as the cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton in a cell wall is and where many functions such as the mechanical support, motility, maintenance of the shape of the cell. Cilia and flagella. Cilia, cilium, the flagella, a hair-like outgrowth the cell membrane. Cilia are the small structure which work like oars, causing the movement of the cell of the surrounding fluid. Flagella is a comparatively longer and responsible for cell movement. The eukaryotic bacteria possess flagella at that structurally different from that the eukaryotic flagella. Centrole and centroids. Centroid is the organ usually containing two cylindrical structures called centroid. They are surrounded by the amorphous perpendicular material. Nucleus. Nucleus is a cell organelle which was first described by the Robert Brown as easily in 1831. Later, by the material of the nucleus stained by the basic dyes was given by the name chromatin by Fleming. A nuclear matrix and one of the more spherical body called the nuclei, which consist of two parallel membranes with a space between the 10 to 50 nanometer called the perinuclear space. The nuclear matrix of or the nucleoplasm contain nucleons and the chromatic, the nuclear spherical structure present in the nucleoplasm. During the different stages of the cell division, cells show a structural chromosomes in place of the nucleus. Chromosome contain DNA and some basic protein called the histones. Every chromosome essentially has a primary constitution, the centrome, which disc-shaped structure kinostrom, kinotoxis. The chromosomes can be classified into four types. The metastric chromosome has a middle centromes forming two columns of the chromosome. The submatric chromosome has a centroid slightly away from the middle of the chromosome, resulting into the shorter one. Longer case of the acrotrix chromosome and centromes are situated close and it's forming the extremely short and one of the long term arm, whereas the electrolux. Microbodies. Many membrane bound minute vesicles called the microbes that contain various enzymes present in both plant and animal. इसको ये हम थोड़ा सा हाईलाइट ही कर लेते हैं.